if we just kind of tap into that thought of, what's going on behind everything, and what is behind everything in the world. That way we can let it inform everything that we're doing and let us know what we need to move towards and push towards and how we need to live our lives. Hey everyone, it's Ryan with Legendary, and today I want to talk about a really interesting topic, and that is the topic of, is beauty the answer? And so this is something that I've thought about for a long time. And when you're trying to figure out kind of in the world, like what is behind everything, you know what I'm saying? And I've had a Christian worldview for a long time, and at the very base of all my belief, I believe that there's a God and that there's truth and that there's a light and there's a darkness, of course, And I've kind of tried to look at what is behind everything and what the world is going towards, you know what I'm saying? And I think about, in the beginning, God, God is love, and He created us to love Him and love other people. So I've kind of thought about what is the meaning of everything, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times what I'll think about is how God created everything. Why did He create everything? If we believe there's a God, why did He set everything into motion? And so the thing that I've kind of come back to is the greatest meaning is beauty, because you kind of set life into motion, and your goal is to get it to progress and grow, and His creation to produce in the world and create and all that, and produce more beauty. And so I just think that God, why did He create everything? He created everything to be beautiful. And so when I think about my own life, I think about, when I have experienced the most beauty. And the most beauty I've ever experienced is always related to love, and it's related to selflessness, so selfless love. That's always been the most beautiful thing to me. When I have loved someone selflessly and, thought more of them than myself and just focused on them and producing in the world and all that, that has been the most beautiful thing to me. Or we think about Jesus, dying for us, and so that we can live in that total selfless love, and it's just beauty. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, what I think about all the time is, love God, love other people. So it's love, right? Love is the most important thing, and it's that selflessness and all that. But I think about, in the grand scheme of things, and when you go back to the very source of everything, what is it about that? Like, why love? You know what I'm saying? And I think that it just seems to all come back to beauty, because God is love, and God is all-powerful, and He's amazing and all that. And, at the source, He's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that love is a reflection of that beauty. And I kind of think about, in the beginning, God, the creator of the universe, how He's kind of there, existing without having anything that He created yet. You know what I'm saying? And He has this beauty that He is, and He wants to reproduce that and make that spread, and so He created our beauty. And when the spiritual creates the physical and it's setting it in motion, it's like, why? What is that going towards, And so I always think about that kind of as an argument for, there being a spiritual reality, because it's like, why is everything here? What is it going towards? Why is the default life? You know what I'm saying? Of course there's death, but we always evolve and we always progress, and we're going towards something. And I just think that it's going towards, we're always growing and we're always improving and evolving, and it's going towards more beauty. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just kind of an idea that I think about a lot. And it kind of just, I use that to kind of define what I'm doing and inform what I'm doing. I think to myself, how can I contribute to the most beauty in the world? You know what I'm saying? And, it's kind of an interesting thing, because for me, it kind of like my strategy is work super hard and get to a point where I can produce a ton in the world and I can really contribute to that beauty. But, and then it's also searching for God and growing in a relationship with Him and trying to connect with that beauty and produce it in the world. And everything kind of coincides, it's like, it's love, it's light, it's beauty, it's all those things. But I just think it comes back to, like a picture, a vision of what everything looks like. It's this light, it's this love, and it's all that kind of thing. And so, yeah, I would totally say, because there's the idea that love is the main thing, you know what I'm saying? But I just think a little bit deeper behind that, and it's like, okay, why love? What is it doing? You know what I'm saying? And so when I think about beauty as the answer, because it's like that's what God is, and that's what He is trying to reproduce and spread in the world, So, yeah, that's just an interesting thought that I've had, and I feel like it's just really helpful in my own life. It's just like, okay, I feel like if that's the understanding, that God is beauty and love and light are a reflection of that, joy is a reflection of that. It's this like, this beauty, that all those things combined. And if He intended everything in the beginning to be that, then I'm thinking, okay, that can help me in all my decisions to inform what I'm doing and try to get there, reflect that, and produce that in the world. You know what I'm saying? And so it's, kind of a deep philosophical thing. It's like, what's at the source of everything? But I've found that it really informs all these different things that I'm doing in kind of a weird way. So, yeah, that's just something to think about. And like I said, it's just interesting. It's like sometimes I just get this sense, from this selfless love, this completely selfless love, that is just the most beautiful thing ever. The most beauty I've ever experienced, like I said, is I've had it like click for me and really internalize for me what Jesus did for me, and I let that like sit inside of me for a little while, and I let it just, that thought like grow in me, and just realize the beauty of someone giving their life for me, for mine. And if you think about, I think it was so meaningful to me because I thought about myself, and if I were to do that for someone else and give my life for them, it just produces this like, what is that? That's so incredible. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the most amazing thing ever. And so I've had it before that I'm just like, oh my gosh, when it clicked for me before that someone really genuinely gave his life for me, as if it was another person or a friend that I know or whatever, I was like just completely overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I think that if we just kind of tap into that thought of, what's going on behind everything, and what is behind everything in the world, that way we can let it inform everything that we're doing and let us know what we need to move towards and push towards and how we need to live our lives. So, yeah, I just think it's really important to think about what is kind of behind everything. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's love, there's light, there's these different things. And sometimes I think, though, like I'm still trying to figure it all out. But, is beauty the kind of thing behind it all? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so my mind is like in that area a lot. Like, what is the thing? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to go wholeheartedly after that thing, pursue that thing, and just live in that. I want to have the answer, and I want to live from that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on a similar journey, then that's something to think about. Hey everyone, if you were looking to receive life coaching, I am offering life coaching one-on-one sessions through Zoom. And life coaching is not necessarily telling you what to do, but it's more so asking the right questions, going deeper on your situation, and just being someone to listen to you and help you reach your goals. So with Legendary Life Coaching, it is weekly sessions on Zoom, and we would be going in depth on kind of your situation and all that. And it's also the weekly accountability for if you're wanting to hit these different goals and improve in different areas. And then you'll also get access to your virtual whiteboard, which basically will allow us to keep track of all your different thoughts about things and your progression towards, hitting different goals and making progress in all kinds of different areas. I personally love it. You can even put images in there and all kinds of things to just really get a good idea of what's going on in your life and what you want to achieve, where you want to get to, and the things that you want to make improvements on. So it's to have someone to talk to, someone that will just, listen to you, listen to everything that's going on in your situation, and also help you to reach those different goals. So if you're interested, I've got the link in the description.